Hello, in this video I'm going to go over how you can get the Psijic Order on your characters. This has become a lot more easy to do now that we have the inclusion of add-ons on the consoles now. So I'm going to go over a couple of add-ons that are going to be helpful for this process, and I'm going to explain also a technique that I do while I'm doing this stuff, so let's get right into it. If you have not used add-ons, or you're curious about them, or want to know anything that I mention in here, I'm not going to deep dive on any of the add-ons really, because a lot of these I've already done videos on, so I will link my playlist for add-ons in the description. Check that playlist out if you're curious about anything that I mention in here that you're not familiar with. So the add-ons that I'm going to use, mainly this Add-Ons Loadouts is a really good one. I highly recommend this. But the main one here is Minimap and also Map Pins. Those are two really strong add-ons here for this activity, because you get the Minimap on your screen, as you can see, and then the Map Pins. Once I actually get the mission, I can show this, but actually what it does is it'll put icons on the map so that you can, for example, these here show even though I've not discovered them. So that is really helpful. The second recommendation, other than add-ons, I'm going to recommend, you don't really need to run a damaging build for this. Basically, you're just running around collecting the time tears, or whatever you want to call them, the Psijic portals. And so what I like to do in this activity is I like to slot stuff that I need to level up on my character, like this. And I like to get some XP on stuff that maybe I need to level up. For example, the bow skill line, the restoration skill line. I've got a couple skills there. That kind of thing. Just go through your character and slot some points. You can always just respec it for free. If you don't know how to do that, on the bottom of the screen here on PlayStation, you can hit the square button, and then you can pull points off and put them on. And then if you don't want to keep it that way, you can always pull the points back. It's a really easy and quick process. Again, as you can see, I'm on my craft build. I'm wearing the craftable set Adept Rider with Jailbreaker from the Banished Cells. I'm not on a damaging build at all. This is more of a speed build. This is what I use for crafting and overland node farming and things like that. It makes me really fast. Adept Rider is a craftable set that you can get major expedition at all times, and then Jailbreaker gives you minor expedition at all times. So, and then paired with the Ring of the Wild Hunt, I'm able to run around really fast, which is going to help with doing the missions. So if you're not familiar with how to start the Psijic Order, I'm probably going to break this up into two videos. One on how to just get it going, and then I'll do another video probably where I go through how to get the portals and all that. But first off, in order to start the Psijic Order, you do need to have access to Summerset, because that's where you pick it up. And the Wayshrine that you're going to want to go to is just to the west of Shimmerene, and it is called the Shimmerene Wayshrine. And so I'm going to travel there right now. If you don't have this Wayshrine, you can always purchase this house here. I'm not sure why it's dark on my screen. I do own that. Or excuse me, the apartment, the Golden Griffin Garret. I highly recommend buying this. You can purchase this apartment for 3,000 gold, and then it's not that bad of a ride to get over here. You can always ask somebody to port you over there, but we're going to go to this Shimmerene Wayshrine here, and when you get there, the NPC is virtually standing almost right on top of you when you get there. There he is right here. His name is Calibar, and we're just going to talk to him, and he's going to give us a mission to go start the quest. So we're just going to run to the south here, and we're going to talk to Razum-dar. And as you can see, the mini map is quite helpful for this because you can kind of just watch out where you're going. Go through all his dialogue. And then we've got to run over here to the coast. So I'll just jump on my horse here. If you're not wanting to watch the entire video start to finish, I always put chapters in my videos. Again, I highly recommend checking out my description for more helpful information. I always put a lot of stuff in there, but once we picked up that NPC's portion, we're going to run right over here and progress the mission a little bit further. And basically what we have to do is just finish this initial quest here to where we get told to go to Artaeum, and then we will be able to actually pick up the mission from a different NPC that will allow us to go get the time tears and progress the Psijic Order skill line. So something I will recommend if you're going to do this, I would recommend having a damaging companion out that will help in case you do run into anything. For most overland stuff, your companion can probably kill it within a couple of seconds usually if you've got them set up properly. If you're curious on any recommendations on companion stuff, I do have a companions playlist on my channel as well. I will also link that in the description in case that is something that you are interested in. I've done a lot of extensive testing on DPS builds for companions, and I have narrowed down the best traits and setups for that. So if you're curious about that content, I will also put that in the description in case you want to watch those videos as well. All right, so once we gotten that part done, now we got to go talk to Razum-dar again. And he's quite a ways over this way, so I'm just going to get on my horse again and run over to him. There also will be a lot of Mages Guild books while you do this, along with the Wayshrine discovery and just general discovery. So there's a lot of XP that you can get while doing this quest line. So I would highly recommend that you take advantage of slotting some things that you want to get leveled up. It is a very nice passive way to get a lot of things leveled up. And when you're done getting the skill line done, then you'll have a lot more progress than just the skill line in itself. So I'm going to run over here to the monastery. And as you can see, having the mini map is really helpful so you can figure out which direction you need to go. We're going to go in the monastery here. And there's something here to check off on the table. And then we also need to talk to somebody. There's another thing on the table here. And then there's somebody around the corner here laying on a bench that we need to talk to. Go through all their dialogue stuff. And then we're going to need to go upstairs. And into this far room on the left here, there's a Abyssal Pearl to pick up. Or examine, I should say. Then we need to talk to Valsirenn. All right, now we need to investigate the Undercroft. That's downstairs in the monastery here. So we're just going to go over here to this side and go into this door here. And as you can see, I'm just using my speed build to get this done. For the most part, you can just run past a lot of this stuff that we're going to encounter here. We got to talk to this person in a cage, and we need to unlock the cage, and then that'll tell us To talk to her again, we got to go over here and talk to her, and then we need to find the missing prisoners. So we're going to go in this door here, and then we got to fight an enemy down here at the bottom of the stairs. Again, if you're just using a companion here, I mean, as you can see, I'm not really. You just heavy attack it, and then you can get done with a lot of this. And then you can also slot an ultimate that you're working on, and then the ultimate can help you get through as well. But as you can see, my companion goes pretty well with this. Not too long there, and I'm still getting XP on a lot of different things while I do this. If you've got XP pots and stuff like that, you could also maybe even slot some training gear for if you kill anything while you're on the way. Also, if you pair with one other person, you'll get extra XP for doing that as well. But for the most part, I just kind of run past everything. I don't really fight stuff. I'm basically just trying to get the mission done, so I'm running away from a lot of different things. And you can tell when you get into combat, your mini-map will disappear unless you have that to stay on during combat. It'll turn off when you know you've alerted somebody. All right, now we're just going to go into where we need to speak to Razum-dar again. And I believe he's upstairs if my memory serves. They're usually upstairs. Okay, so now we need to attend the meeting. So we got to go out this door over here and go around to where the meeting is. And this is one of those ones where you get a costume, so you have to put the costume on. So right when you come into this door, you'll get a prompt to put on your elegant costume. If you don't put the costume on, then this guy right here will not let you in the door. So you got to put the costume on in order to go into the party. So we'll just go in there, and we have to listen to their spiel while they talk about some things. While we're listening to this, the benefits, there are several benefits to getting the Psijic Order skill line. Talk to this guy really quickly. The skill line itself is really good for tanks. You can get the ultimate leveled up to where you can get passive minor protection on your bar. Also, you can get Race Against Time, which is a really good snare removal and major expedition buff, and it also has really good passives. It's got a shield that you can obtain by just blocking. We'll have to go upstairs here and talk to the lady, kin lady. Okay, so then we got to talk to Razum-dar again, and then we need to go investigate the coral forest. So that's got a little bit of a distance to ride, so I'm going to get on my horse here, and we're going to go south, but first off, we got to get out of this town here. Another really nice thing about the Psijic Order skill line, you can get a long-lasting skill for Minor Force, which is called Channeled Acceleration. That's the other morph from Race Against Time. But we are going to talk to Valsirenn again, progress this a little bit further. Then get on the horse again, and we're going to run over to the next objective here. All right, now we have to take this guy out here. All right, and then we gotta destroy the Abyssal Pearl, and then we will speak to this Valsirenn again over here to the south. Okay, and as you can see, I've got a fairly close Wayshrine here that I've not done yet, so I'm gonna interact with that here in just a second as soon as I talk to this Razum-dar guy again and confront the kin lady. So now we have to travel to Artaeum. So I'm going to run over here to this Wayshrine here, and I'm going to show you a trick in this video. I've shown a lot. As you can see, I've never been to Artaeum before. There's an easy way to get to Artaeum if you've never been there. We're going to use home tours, and we're going to travel to the Grand Psijic Villa. Now you can just follow the quest if you want to, but the easy way to do this is to go to Activity, go to Home Tours, go to Browse Homes. We're going to go to All Filters, which is the square button for the PlayStation. We're going to go to All Houses, and then we're going to go down to the Grand Psijic Villa. We're going to select that and hit the back button. And then we're going to confirm, and then we're just going to go visit that house. And then what we're going to do when we get there is we're going to walk out the front door, and that will take us to Artaeum. Because it is a owned house, it does not take you back to where you were. You get to step out of the front door of that house. Pardon me. So that'll do it. The benefits of being on a fast build. You get to run right off the cliffs. All right, there we go. So when we are in this area, basically we just run through the college, and then we'll end up right here. So we're just going to go into this door here and run through the College of the Psijic Ruins. And we can just walk right out this door like this. And there we are. We are in Artaeum. So once we're there, now the Wayshrine has been revealed because we've actually been here now. So I will just run over here to check that off, and then we'll run over to the Psijic Order place here and talk to the Right Master. And that's going to complete that quest. So that's all you need to do is that first quest. So then in order to start the Psijic Order, you're going to go into this portal, and you're going to look for the Loremaster. He's on the far right here. And he is the one who's going to give you the mission to start the Psijic Order. So the Psijic Calling is the mission that you're wanting to start. And then you have to go talk to Josajeh. So we're going to go over and talk to the other NPC. And what she's going to do is she's going to give you the map. And that is going to tell you where all the tears are in Summerset. So you go into quest items, you go into your inventory, go to quest items, and then go down to slottables. You can slot this if you want to. And then this will tell you where the Psijic tears are in. So for example, I'll just put it on my slottable there. And then you can just slot it like that. And then if you want to, you can just hit the up button like that and it pulls up the map. So we're going to finish this quest here because it's not really part of the tears. We have to find the Augur. And so I can tell you from experience of doing this on other characters, the Augur, you have to go to Summerset, and we're going to go to this delve right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to travel to my house. If you don't own this house, you can always use home tours and travel to the Golden Griffin Garret, just like I did with the first jump to getting to Artaeum. Then we're going to go outside here, and we're going to run out of town and go to the delve. And that's this little boat here on the shore. Now, if you want to do this mission here as well, that'll give you some more XP to get on your character, advance some more stuff that you might be using if you're using my method of slotting stuff. But pretty much I'm just going to run past most of this stuff and just get to where I need to. A lot of times the enemies will just leash. After a second, they'll usually leave you alone. Being on a speed build like this is really helpful because a lot of times you can just run past them and they don't even see you. Let's take a little bit of a wide berth. I'm going to take a slight detour here and go to the left and get this Wayshrine, or excuse me, Sky Shard. And then I'll run over and continue the mission here. There's a lot of Wayshrines that you're going to be able to reveal and Sky Shards that you can pick up during doing this quest, so you can get a lot of XP development on your character. Really helpful. It's really easy to just stay away from people or the enemies. If you just pay attention to where they're at, you can weave right around them. Walk right up and grab the Augur here. Okay, so then we need to inspect the map, and it tells us to return to Summerset. So I'm going to, again, jump to my house just to speed things up. If you're paired with another person while you're doing this, you can always just travel to them, and it'll take you to the very front of that delve. Or if you're running around overland, it'll port you right to a Wayshrine, which will also speed up things. You could also do that if you're in the area of a Wayshrine, it'll jump you right to one that you don't even know. So now we've got to look for the actual seals. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm not going to actually do the seals in this video, but I just wanted to show you how you get to the point of where you've gotten the mission to get the Psijic Order skill line. We don't quite have the skill line unlocked yet, but if you do all those steps that I just did, then you will have the mission here, the Psijic Calling. I will make a part 2 where I actually go through doing I'm not sure if I'll do all of the missions in the skill line. That might be a lengthy video, but I will give you another video to show you how I can locate the tears and stuff on the map with the mini or the map pins add-on rather. The tears are actually put on the map if you know where they are. I haven't unlocked that here yet. Let me look and see if I can get that to pop. There we go. Now it's completed. So now if we go to the map, I've had some issues in Summerset with getting the time portals to show up, but the rest of the skill line missions, they show up just fine. But I will do another video showing the rest of the missions for the skill line. So if you're curious about that, I will do another video, part 2 for that. So keep an eye on that if that interested you. If you thought this video was helpful or interesting, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I will see you again in another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.